the primary objective of hiring in any case, regardless for the reason for it, is obviously to try to find the best fit for the job. And in terms of the diversity and inclusion and equality side of things, what is the primary objective is that there's no discrimination throughout the process at all. So that is the core standard that you must take. So in all your processes, including sourcing, your selection process, and when it comes to offering, you need to make sure that you've got a standardized process in place where all judgments are based on merit of performance in those assessments and not for any other sort of reason there. Now, on top of that, to make things a bit inclusive, let's say, the language that's used throughout is one of the things. So in job descriptions, to try to use clear language within that, so it doesn't create a discrepancy, and it's more inclusive in people being able to apply, people that have the relevant experience. And then in terms of that, you want to focus on the essential skills of the people as well, not the kind of arbitrary stuff, that they have to come back from a certain background or have a certain education profile or things like that. Some of the best hires I've ever made, sometimes have not had a classic formal education, for example. And if we were very hardlined in saying, okay, you need a degree in this specific subject, you do miss a lot of opportunities there. There are a lot more important things to assess people on than those pure, items, qualifiers. Now, in terms of that, I mean, the other things that companies can do is they can highlight their commitment to diversity inclusion. So through their company branding, they can show, hopefully by then they've also got a diverse sort of employee set, so they can highlight that, and that actually can make them an employer that people want to go and work for. So a bit of branding, a bit of advertising in terms of what you have done so far and the sort of environment that you've created can encourage people to apply if they see that you're already taking the steps of being diverse and inclusive. And then you've got some of the classic things, about flexibility, to try to be inclusive, especially when it comes to the generational side of things. We're talking a lot maybe in terms of diversity, in terms of cultures, but then you have the generational side as well. And the younger generation are much more preferring of the flexible nature of the jobs. Now, if the position itself warrants that it can be flexible, then try to maximize that. I mean, I'm not suggesting that you should go fully remote work or remote policy or stuff, but you should assess and give some flexibility of when in that role it's suitable to be off-site versus on-site and vice versa. And then, what you can do from a technology point of view, and I think the technology is already out there in some of the ATS systems and now the ongoing incoming AI, you can utilize that as part of your sourcing and your assessment tools to try to eliminate any of the potential biases. As long as you set it up correctly, and you can work with IT professionals as well as consultants such as ourselves and things like that to maximize the setup of the system that you have to ensure that it's not discounting people on any of the kind of diverse or inclusive metrics there. So there is a lot of, I would say, lots and lots of little steps that you can do, but you bring them all together, it can make a huge impact in the way that you can go around and being more inclusive and diverse in your hiring techniques.